Hello, Seahawks, and happy Wednesday. Miss Fell coming to you from Coastal Middle School, where I'm actually in my office by myself, so it's safe to take my mask off. But I just wanted to come to you today with our advisement lesson of the week. This is actually a lesson we did a couple of years ago. And so the scenarios that you will go through are talking about being in school with your friends, but it's definitely a lesson we can apply to social media, to our family, to our community, to people we still interact with, even if we're interacting a little bit different during the pandemic. So today we're talking about empathy and sympathy. In the first part of the video, we'll talk about what the difference is and then look at some scenarios and figure out the best way to apply empathy and sympathy to those situations so that we can better understand those around us and hopefully be better citizens, better family members, better classmates and students. So I hope you enjoy the lesson. Advisement, we're going to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. So let's talk about exactly how we will do that. First, let's talk about sympathy. What is sympathy? It is the feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune. For example, they had great sympathy for the flood victims. So maybe it's not an experience you have been through, but you do feel bad for the person that's been in that situation, and you may even want to try to help them. Empathy is a little bit different. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. What is really important about learning a language is learning empathy for another culture. So it may not be that you've been in that situation, but you are trying to understand and have the same feelings as the other person in that situation. Let's watch a quick video about empathy.
that video is just helping us think about when we see people every day, whether we're passing them in the hallway at school, passing them in our community, sitting next to them on a bus, we really don't know what they may be dealing with or what they're bringing with them from home or from outside. And so it's important for us to think about that, because we all bring something to school with us. We all have things that we're carrying, and so how can we empathize with each other? Here are some examples of a little bit how empathy and sympathy vary. So empathy is the feeling the same emotions as the other person, whereas sympathy is feeling sorrow or concern for the other person. I think it's very easy to have sympathy for one another when we're going through different events, but it's very difficult to have empathy. So let's talk about how can we be more aware of our feelings and how can we be more empathetic. We're going to start with 4 scenarios, and as I read the scenario on the left, when we're done, I want you to pause the video and look at the questions on the right and answer them based on this scenario. So here's our first scenario. Well, it happened again. Mom and Dad are arguing about me. I thought after the divorce it would be better. They would just stay away from one another and I could visit with them separate. But instead, it's all about money and meeting place and doctor bills. I can't help I need braces. It makes me so mad. And then they tell me I'm the big brother, so I have to help my siblings adjust to our new living arrangements. Why is that my job? Ugh. Why is it so hard for people to get along? Why does everyone have to be so angry? Why am I the only one acting like a grown-up? And teachers, they expect me to come and listen and do my assignments with all this on my mind. That gets me mad too. They don't know about everything going on at home. Now I'm an ISS for fighting at break. It's not my fault. That kid had it coming. He shouldn't have told my friend he can't play basketball. He didn't own the court. Everyone should be able to participate. That's the right thing to do. I was just telling him to follow the rules. If he wouldn't have gotten in my face, I wouldn't have had to punch him. I'm so mad. Now the principal will be calling home. I see another argument coming. Now pause the video. Think about the questions on the right. Make notes if you'd like to, and then continue the video when you're ready. All right, let's look at scenario 2. All my friends are making fun of me for talking to the new kid. So what? She's weird. Aren't we all weird in our own way? I think she's funny. Plus, I know what it's like being the new kid. My classmates have forgotten, but I was new in the 6th grade. It seems like a long time ago now that we're in the 8th. But it was hard. We moved from another state, and I had a lot to adjust to. The weather is definitely different. The way people talk was funny to me at first, and the clothes everyone was wearing was definitely not the style where I came from. People would look at me. I wondered what they were thinking. It might be something very nice, but I always assumed they were making fun of me in their mind. The first few days at lunch were the toughest. Everyone was used to where they sat and who they sat next to in the cafeteria. No one really made room for me. It was hard enough getting used to the teachers. I had hoped someone would start a conversation with me, but it never happened. Finally, I got up the nerve to talk with the people near me at the lunch table. They're some of my closest friends now. They have all known each other since kindergarten. Some of their parents even went to school together when they were young. They don't know what it's like to walk into a building of 700 students and not see a familiar face. I do. That's why I will talk to the new kid, and I will be sure and eat lunch with her. Now pause the video. Think about the questions on the right. Make notes if you'd like to, and then continue the video when you're ready. Okay, let's look at scenario 3. The bus driver just kicked me off the bus. Apparently no one can take a joke. According to sissy little Sam, I'm bullying him. What a crybaby. I'm not a bully. I just call it like I see it. And Sam is weird and funny looking, and all I do is point it out so everyone on the bus can have an entertaining ride. Why am I the only one getting kicked off? I keep my hands to myself, stay in my seat. I don't yell. Heck, I don't even take my phone out. I've read the SOAR matrix. I know how to behave. My grandma will have something to say about this. I bet she gets me back on that bus. I'm just having a little fun with Sam. He really likes it. He wants to be cool, so this is what he has to put up with. I put up with it. Joe in my gym class does the same thing to me. Sure, it hurts my feelings sometimes, but that's just middle school. I want everyone to like me, so I let him call me names. I don't tell when he hid my uniform in the locker room, and I definitely wouldn't tell about him stealing my phone and texting that girl when we were in class, even though it was extremely embarrassing. It's just what happens. Now pause the video, think about the questions on the right, make notes if you'd like to, and then continue the video when you're ready. Okay, let's take a look at our final scenario. What do? I'm in the bathroom and I just saw someone right on the door of a stall. And it isn't very nice. I would even be embarrassed to repeat it. I bet she'll know it's me if I tell. I think she saw me come in here, but I'm not a snitch. I'll just be real quiet and wait for her to leave. Now what is she doing? She's talking to someone. I guess on her phone? Is that her boyfriend she's talking to? Zeke? The Zeke that went here last year? He's trouble. I mean bad trouble. Well, that's definitely inappropriate language. I'm embarrassed for her. Now she keeps flushing the toilet over and over again. What is she doing? There is water all over the floor now. I need to get out of here. I don't really know her well, but this doesn't seem good. She seems to have a lot of friends, and she makes good grades. Why is she dating him? He's in high school, and I've heard he's been caught with pills that aren't his. Good, she left. Wait, why did she trash the bathroom? There are paper towels everywhere, and the water is getting worse. I thought I knew her. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and took the time to pause, read the questions, and reflect on each of the scenarios. If you'd like to discuss anything further or have any questions, please reach out to one of our counselors. Have a great day.